So I guess since the start of the pandemic, how do you think that for your profession, which is nursing, how do you think that that's kind of changed since the start of the pandemic?
Honestly, I feel like nursing is an ever-changing, evolving career in itself. But since the pandemic, I would have to say it's definitely been a wake-up call. Like, it's overall been a wake-up call. Coming home every day, having that, that get away from the bedside. It's always like a recharge moment. However, when you're in the middle of a pandemic, you don't have that opportunity because, it's COVID at work and it's COVID at home. Yeah. So it's like everywhere you go, you try to go on vacation. You can't go on vacation because everything is all about like you're literally always in work mode. You're always in nurse mode. You're always in caretaker mode, like even more so before the pandemic. So I think it's really shifted my view and a lot of nurses' view on like self-care and mental health. So that has been really big for me, like actually finding something to like refocus and take all the energy away from COVID has been really important since the pandemic. It's really shifted my perspective.
Okay. So have you found that, since the, start and the transition through the pandemic that there has been like a lot of new barriers to,
a lot of new barriers, as in staffing issues.
Yeah, okay.
But in that, it's a flip side. I feel like nurses are really learning their worth. Okay. So a lot of my colleagues, I feel like, when you experience something that's traumatic, when it hits home and it's hitting not only home, but it's also hitting, while you're at work and it's no escape from it. You have no way and you just have no other choice but to stare this thing in the face every single day. So, in that, like you have to figure out and really assess what's really important to you and what really matters. Yeah. And in that, like, I find myself like reflecting and focusing on me and focusing on my family and focusing on what really matters. And so, these jobs with seeing a little, but seeing a lot, like, you're not as valued as you thought you were. Yeah. And so you find yourself like really focusing on what really matters to you.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot. That's been a lot of the focus in changing the shift, because so many times, like as caretakers, we are the givers. We are caring for other people all the time. We're giving ourselves. We're emptying out our cup, but we don't really focus on ourselves. But I think this has been like a really wake up call for all of us.
Yeah. Okay. So even with, I guess some of your new challenges and some of your new barriers that you have in your profession, right? So even with that, like, do you ever get to the point where you try to, do you think that there are anything that can improve the conditions for nurses, right? Like, do you think there's anything that could, So
the main barriers I would say is, I can easily say pay. And I can easily say not being valued. I can easily say the staffing issue is, we've been in shortage like forever. Yeah. Like, when we hit the pandemic, it wasn't something new. So these, like, encountering these barriers, it's only made it worse.
Yeah.
So it's really shifted. It's like it made it 10 times worse. Like,
yeah.
So it's really scary.
Yeah.
And then the whole situation, I don't know if you've been abreast with the whole situation that's going on in New York.
I'm familiar with it.
Yes. Yeah. So it's really scary, like that, without saying so much, like it's nerve-wracking to know that you can easily be replaced by someone that is not half as like compassionate about what you do, and not half as, educated in the field as what you do within a day's time. Literally in a moment, like everything changed.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But that's kind of what I would say though, right? Like with the, what do you think that would make the situation better? Right, because you would say like
more
nurses, more
right.
pay,
The only thing that would really make it better is people actually valuing the career for what it's worth. Like ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like we are like, especially the great tenured, experienced nurses. Like you are irreplaceable. You can't easily find a great nurse anywhere. So. That's a wake up call for a lot of people. And I hope that, a lot of, bad things don't have to happen in order for people to see that.
Yeah. So what do you think is some of that, great advice you would give new nurses that are just joining the ranks? Like, what do you think that you would tell those new nurses?
So something that I tell a lot of my mentees and people that feel like they really want to be a nurse and embark on this journey, it's amazing. It's very rewarding. Mm-hmm. However, it is not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
And so this pandemic has literally shown us that it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for everybody. Yeah. If you want to go into nursing just strictly for money, there are many different lucrative careers that you can choose. If you want to go in it because you think it's cute and because you want to wear scrubs and look nice, like this is not the thing for you. Like you're literally every single day you're putting your life at risk. Every single day you're putting your family member's life at risk, and you're taking a chance. So whenever you make that decision, know that you have to be all in and grounded when you make that decision.
Yeah. Okay. So giving them a little perspective even before they get in there, right? Like,
right. I mean, it's the best way, is to be candid, cold cut, and real.
Yeah.
Let's all be honest. So many of the new grads that I've seen come in, they're so excited. Most of them just want to hop straight into becoming a nurse practitioner because it's so close to being a doctor. Yeah. So they come in, they want to be a nurse. They're a nurse for maybe 6 months, and then they enroll into the master's program, and they're like, I want to be a nurse practitioner. Yeah. And I'm like, do you really know what it means to become a nurse practitioner? Yeah. Do you really know what it means to take your work home, to really genuinely care about your patients, build these rapports, build these relationships, convince, sometimes negotiate and bribe patients to do what's best for them. Like it's literally a total, it's a full body, spiritually, emotionally, physically draining career if you allow it to be. But at the same time, it's just as rewarding.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, that's good. That's really good that you're very, transparent.
Yes, but I love it. I wouldn't change my career path for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world.
So, even through, the pandemic and stuff like that, are there any new benefit for nurses? Are there anything that nurses are being given at this point that kind of makes things a little bit better, like time off or whatever?
Well, that would be amazing.
Okay.
So I feel like in the beginning, there would be, meals and little small backpack giving, little small tokens of appreciation. But I feel like people, so many people at some point in time just got really tired and exhausted and burned out. And people just became over it. Everybody, myself included, it's this is really exhausting. You literally cannot escape when the world is in a pandemic. So I wish there were actually benefits, but if you're passionate about what you do, that's the only benefit.
Okay.
I feel because at home, that you made a difference, you changed a life, you saved a life. Yeah. So that's the real benefit that I've seen. However, the travel nurses, they have found great benefit.
Okay. Okay.
They're offering like top dollar pay to travel to, you're making $7,000 to $10,000 a week, which is great. However, the people that choose to stay where they are and not relocate or not quit, I don't feel like they're getting enough benefits, to be honest. Okay. There definitely needs to be a little bit more appreciation in that matter. Like, not just thank people for coming to help out. Thank those people that are staying and have been there since day one.
Yeah. So if there could be more benefits offered for nurses, what would that look like? Right? Like, what would that look like?
So I could easily say pay.
Okay.
But it's not all about the money, honestly. Sometimes it's so much more than just money. It's making your employee feel like they're valued, they're appreciated. Their choice matters. Yeah. Their family matters. When you need time off, when you need to attend for your family, when you need to do the small things like, have a self-care break and a mental health day, like being valued as an employee and really, focusing and honing in on that. I think it's like a trickle-down effect. Like if you value your employees and you really take care of them and give them what they need emotionally and spiritually, the benefits, never, it's immeasurable, ultimately. So there could always be more pay. There could always be, 100% benefits paid and, give me a gift every week. But realistically, how long does that last if you don't value the employee themselves? So that's the only thing that I can really say.
Okay. So last question. What is the, best part about your journey as a nurse? Like, what do you think the best parts are for you?
The best part of my journey is I'm a very spiritual person, so I get to see God's work every single day. I think that's the most. Nursing is not just it's not a career path that you choose just out of the blue. It's a ministry. So you have the opportunity to see blessings like literally firsthand every single day. You actually get to see. Some people say, "Oh, I heal people. You get to see God heal people on a regular day basis. Like coming in and going out as a primary care provider, I get the chance to see somebody's journey along from them being sick to getting well, and them reflecting on how it changed them and how it made them a better person, or going down to the lowest of the low and then getting back to their highest of the highs. So being able to see those low points and those high points, and then having that moment to reflect within yourself. It really humbles you as a person. It really humbles you on so many levels. So that's honestly the best part of my job. And that's the reason why I'm still here and I do what I do.
Well, that was definitely that's a really good point though. Like that journey that you're able to be a part of for yourself and then also the patient. Like that's a really good thing. So
and getting to see them heal, not just physically but spiritually, it makes you go on a personal journey yourself. Like you become, when you first come in, you might come in with this first mindset of, oh yes, like this is gonna be my career. I really love it. Until like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. And then things happen and you're like, now I know this is for me, because if it wasn't for, this situation, I wouldn't be here. Or if this would have happened, then I wouldn't be here. So it really opens your eyes and your perspective to so many different things. Yeah.
So things happened along the way that reconfirmed what you already knew.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. Definitely for sure. Every single day.
Well, that's good. That's definitely a great thing. So I do thank you for what you do. Okay, because you and some of the other frontline professionals have a hard job, like you do. Okay, it's a very hard job. But like I said, a lot of times, I guess when people go to you guys' facilities, they don't know how hard it actually is. but definitely people should definitely take a little bit more time to thank you guys for what you do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Definitely. So thank you for having this conversation with me.